with Uniqueness. I'm Jay Ward, and I remember it because I have to. So, you might have noticed I've been trying to get some things off my chest over the past little bit here with Wrestling with Uniqueness. And I haven't been able to. And the vest is on, which means it's time for me to book something. But what shall we do? Well, seeing as my time with Wrestling with Uniqueness is coming to an end, unfortunately, I figured there's nothing better than a good old review of the booking of the future. Now, if you might have noticed, we have a playlist that we should be popping up here for cards and stuff. We have a playlist for things that, for fantasy booking things, for things that may not ever happen or is a possibility for the near future. So I was scrolling down the list to try to find something that I would like to do. And I came across just the perfect one. AJ Lee versus Stephanie McMahon. Oh boy, what a doozy this is going to be. Alright, so you're probably wondering, Jay Ward, you're out of your mind. There's no way this would ever happen in a million years. Or is there? You see, there's a lot you can do, both in the past and now. Let's book it from now, shall we? AJ Lee returns, and she feels she has something to prove. She said, so it looks like the WWE learned to treat its women nicely. I see you haven't been acknowledging me. Let's change that. And obviously, Stephanie McMahon will take offense to this. After all, they wanted her gone completely. So much so that they had Nikki Bella of all people, hold on to the title longer than AJ Lee. Whether she deserved it or not is anybody's guess. But anyways, you see. So, what we'll do is, Charlotte is on Raw with the Women's Championship. Becky Lynch is on Raw. AJ Lee goes to Raw. So, yeah, she'd have to. So, AJ Lee is on Raw, and she wants Charlotte's Women's Championship. She kind of deserves an opportunity, because when they had the old pink butterfly thing, she held it technically the second longest. So, yep. Should get it. However, Stephanie McMahon interferes, which will allow Charlotte to retain her title, but lose by disqualification. So AJ Lee is a bit angry, obviously. She challenges the champion, no disqualification, but the numbers game is too much because Stephanie McMahon sends out, like, all the women on the women's roster. And it's no DQ, so Charlotte can't get disqualified. And AJ Lee gets pinned for the win off the Bow Down to the Queen. Or the natural selection. I prefer Bow Down to the Queen. Much better. Anyways. So we kind of do what Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens are kind of doing right now. We give them sort of 3 matches, and then we'll focus more, turn the attention more towards Stephanie and AJ. So they have another one. And you know what? AJ Lee wins via the Black Widow. Yeah, Black Widow was her submission hold. I'm trying to remember this stuff because it's been so long. So AJ Lee retains, or AJ Lee wins the Raw Women's Championship on her 3rd and last attempt on the 3rd pay-per-view. I don't really care. I'm not going by, like... See, I don't like to say it, Roadblock Online, and all this nonsense, because it's probably not going to happen. This is why this is more of a fantasy booking thing. So we're just going by pay-per-views. I'm saying the first pay-per-view, second pay-per-view. You can imagine that it's Roadblock and then Royal Rumble, or whatever the heck you want to do. I really don't care. But because this is fantasy, I'm not putting too much emphasis on the thing. So, yeah, in case you're wondering. So, AJ Lee has won it at just a month before WrestleMania, if we're going by actual dates, because it would be Roadblock at the end of the line would be our first shot, technically speaking. Royal Rumble would be our second, and then whatever happens before WrestleMania for Raw happens there. So, on the night afterwards, Charlotte challenges AJ Lee again. Stephanie tries to interfere, tries to help Charlotte win, except it ends up costing Charlotte, so she loses the title. Well, great. Who's going to be number one contender? AJ Lee, over the next little bit, insults and taunts Stephanie on just anything and everything imaginable. Just everything. Lets it all out. Her hatred, everything that she's held back, she just unleashes. Kind of like CM Punk's pipe bomb, only it's over the course of a couple of weeks. And is, I guess, more methodical, more diabolical, I guess. And Stephanie McMahon is taking offense to everything, so she's like, you know what, you little squirt, you know what? I don't like you very much, so at WrestleMania, I'm gonna challenge you for your Raw Women's Championship. AJ Lee says, okay, I've beaten the entire women's roster before. Come at me, Stephanie. Because, if you can take on an entire roster like she did at WrestleMania a couple years ago, Stephanie McMahon should seem like a walk in the park. So it's WrestleMania. It's Stephanie McMahon versus AJ Lee for the Raw Women's Championship. And Stephanie McMahon wins by DQ. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, why are you doing this? I'm sure you already have your very hateful, venomous comments going, AJ Lee should win her first title defense by a pinfall or a submission. Well, no. No, she doesn't. And this isn't a shot at her credibility as a champion. No. This is purely story-based. Because in the end, something tells me Charlotte is going to be Raw Women's Champion in the real sort of... I'm trying to keep my fantasy... at some point put it back on track with the thing. So I'm trying to keep it that way. I'm going to try to find a way to tie it back into what's somewhat the theme here. So, so that's why I'm having her win by DQ, you'll see. So Charlotte interfered on behalf of Stephanie. Now it's the pay-per-view after WrestleMania. I don't really care what it's called. Because, again, I don't go for names. Anyways. So Stephanie McMahon's like, I won in this. I technically won. I won the match, but, we all know you can't win the title off DQ. But this just angers AJ Lee. So on the second Raw after WrestleMania, if we're going on the actual timeline, AJ Lee says, you know what? I'm going to prove that I am a worthy champion. I challenge you, Stephanie McMahon, again. No DQ. And this time, she does win by the Black Widow. Unfortunately, she's viciously attacked afterwards by Charlotte. Yeah. Now we're going to put it back on the common theme the WWE Raw team seems to really like to do. Stephanie McMahon claims that next week, on the next episode of Monday Night Raw, it will be AJ Lee versus Charlotte for the Raw Women's Championship. No praise mention, no. So, they fight, Charlotte and AJ Lee, and AJ Lee retains on Raw, hooray! But then Stephanie's like, oh, no. The next pay-per-view, whatever the fudge it is, because I don't care, it's a great thing. The next pay-per-view, it will be AJ Lee versus Charlotte for the Raw Women's Championship in some match that's never been seen before. Go ahead. Go crazy with whatever you think it should be. I don't care, because it seems like these days everything's making history. A 15-minute Iron Man match with women making history. A Hell in a Cell match featuring 2 female competitors instead of males making history. Why should I care? Anyways, moving on. So after that, Charlotte wins at the pay-per-view, and then AJ Lee, I guess, can just disappear, I guess. I don't know. So that's how I would do Stephanie McMahon versus AJ Lee. We put it back on the timeline after WrestleMania, because Raw's thing seems to be Charlotte wins it on the Raw, and then, or no, Sasha Banks wins it on the Raw, and then Charlotte will win it on the pay-per-view. I don't know why. It's stupid. It's like a hot potato between two people. If you're gonna hot potato it, make sure you hot potato it between two people, between more than just two people. Come on. Anyways, it's kind of silly. It's kind of annoying. But yeah, for right now, I hold the WWE champion, even though I'm not the WWE champion. I'm Jay Ward, and I remember it because I have to. Have fun. Please subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what you want me to book in the comment section down below. We also have a 100th video going to pop up soon. So please tell us what you would like. We have one suggestion and only one. If we only get that one, then we're just gonna do that one, I guess. Like I said, I'm Jay Ward, and I remember it because I have to.